So last week, I think we are somewhere around here. One, two, three, four, five. So that's on this bar. So last week is just a stop at this bar. That's from last Sunday. I talk about that is oversold condition, and that's right at the support area, bumping to the super oversold, deeply oversold, and we notice that there is a presence of the demand. There's stopping volume and stopping action as well. That's on these few bars. So I just anticipate there will be a rebound, and I mentioned that we need to pay attention to this area. So there's somewhere around 46, maybe 46.50, somewhere around there. That will be uh, a very important area that we need to look at. That's the axis line or the axis area, 46.50. So I think the call, the bullish call, was just good, but I didn't really expect the rebound was so strong that it just penetrates straight through. So that is kind of out of my expectation. But anyway, that's the market. I think it behaved very strong, and in fact, on this day, we can see that pretty much across the four indices, they are all equally strong. So, but one thing that I would like to draw your attention is the supply zone. So, when I talk about the supply zone, it's actually some sort of the big spread bearish bar that we need to pay attention to. So, in this case, this is the supply zone for Russell, that is this bar, and for Nasdaq will be this bar, and for Dow will be this. So these are the key levels or the key areas that we need to pay attention to, because this is where the selling begin. So where the market start to sell off, that is the bar that is we all need to pay attention to. Because if you just take a look at S&P, this is where the bar actually broke a new low, break a lower low. So this is the first bar that it actually need to overcome in order to turn bullish. So similarly, the Dow Jones as well. So this bar here is also a very important bar that you need to overcome. And Russell, I think, is very obvious. Is just lack of strength, and I think it's the weakest index among all the four indices. So Nasdaq, I think this is a different bar. Actually, this one is on the 1st of December. So that's the bar actually Nasdaq need to overcome. So you can see that when the rally started, it actually just stopped right at this bar right there. So that is actually a very good evidence that that bar there is very important, because that is the bar where where the selling first gets started. So it just stopped right there for S&P, for Dow, and for Nasdaq, and for Russell definitely is still far away. So in fact, Nasdaq we probably can using this bar as well. So you can see there's a like uptrust, and for Nasdaq is kind of having some sort of the rejection, and for S&P is similar to have a rejection right at the resistance level, which is where the selling gets started, and for the Dow Jones as well. So this is a concept that is a supply zone where we need to look at where the selling actually gets started, and if we want to turn bullish for this index, it just need to come in above and overcome this level. So this is a very important concept. And I think at the moment, if we look at the overall big picture, so I also mentioned that in the Telegram group, we are likely to see the index get stuck within this trading range, and similar to the S&P, but you can see S&P can't even bother to rally to about halfway of the range. In fact, it's just roughly around halfway, and then it just rejects. And similarly for the Dow as well, Dow Jones, and for the Nasdaq as well. So I just anticipate there will be some form of the trading range unfolding, because if we just look at it from the swing low, so that is the immediate uptrend. So out of that uptrend, that certainly is a change of character to me. So that's really a change of character. That is the biggest down wave that we have seen out from this uptrend. So there is an uptrend, and that is certainly the change of character. And similarly, for Dow Jones and for Nasdaq, but for Russell 2000 is even worse. So it just kind of break below, so it's from a lower low. So all of these index, except for Russell, I think they are still generally in a good structure. So the structure is still relatively strong, and I anticipate some kind of the trading range to unfold. And if we just look at from the volume point of view, the supply. So why would I just think that there will be a trading range unfold? Mainly because out of this change of character, so or this change of character, or even this one and this one, so there's an increasing of the supply. So the increasing of the supply together with the increasing of the bearish spread and bearish price action, and also in terms of the velocity as well, so these are some kind of the bearish results, and definitely we can expect to have a kind of the test of the supply level. So this sort of the change of character or the down wave comes with the increasing of the supply. It just need to be tested. So if we just combine with the Wyckoff phase analysis, so that is a buying climax, automatic reaction, secondary test. So in fact, we are right at this secondary test. I think the next step is quite logical to have a reaction down so that you can actually test the previous down wave and to see whether there is excessive supply as indicated in the volume panel. So across these indices, there is definitely a ton of the supply involved on the down wave. So definitely for relatively bullish case, I definitely would like to see some form of the test that comes with decreasing of the supply. But still, if this is just the phase A, it's really too early to judge because phase A to phase B generally is still very volatile. So I guess that it makes sense to just be prudent and also be more conservative, especially when the market breadth in the stock market is just getting deteriorated. So it's getting worse and worse, and you can just see it from a lot of the popular stocks. Later, I will share with you quite a number of them get hit quite hard. So generally, in terms of the price action and also for the supply level, I still expect the or the indices still travel within this trading range. So that's my view for the indices.